Good morning, Saber people. Well, it's morning while I'm making the video. I don't know if it's going to be morning while you're watching the video, but in any case, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Todd from Lucky Sabers, and, well, I know the hardware store saber craze. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, and I'm probably a little late to the game on this one, but getting a chassis, trying to figure out a chassis for this thing was a pain in the ass. Turns out it was right underneath my nose the entire time. I just didn't look at it correctly. So, without further ado, this is the McFadden-Dale Saber. Far from perfect, very far from perfect, but it is a hardware store saber, just kind of slapped together. Not very well, in my opinion. I could have done a better job with this. But I didn't know exactly how I was going to get this done or what direction exactly I was going to go with this. I just know I saw this cool little brass piece at my work. I work at an industrial hardware, and we have all kinds of stuff that Home Depot and Lowe's and those kinds of places just don't have. It's very, we have stuff for machinist shops and it's all kinds of stuff. Actually pretty cool. But, so I saw a piece that kind of resembled that, and it inspired me to make an Obi-Wan-esque saber. So, without further ado, I'll give you guys the breakdown. From top to bottom, this is a fuel adapter. So, it's for a fuel line. It's stainless steel. It's actually two different pieces put together. And it spins, kind of. Well, it used to. And so there's that. It's a 3/4. I had to do some augmenting in there so I can get a blade in there. So inside of there is a cut-off Schedule 80 1-inch nipple. But it works. The blade fits in nice. I had to do a little bit of sanding on the inside. And yes, that is a Roman's Elite Inception blade plug. There are a couple of saber parts on here. I just couldn't get around it any other way. So blade plug, I had just had this anyway. It already had the hole in it because I've used it on a auction build, and so the other lightsaber part on this is the control box, not the card, but just the box itself. The box comes from Great Lakes Sabers. That's what it is, right? Yeah, it's Great Lakes Sabers off of Etsy. I actually need to get another control box from him for the next one. And so, yeah, I tried to make this as close to the episode 3 as possible, as you can probably tell. So, yeah, the control box and the blade plug are probably, and besides the build on the inside, is probably the only things that are actually lightsaber parts. Everything else did come from the hardware store in one way, shape, or form. So, like I said, you got the fuel coupler up here. This is a 3/4 to 1/2 inch copper male adapter that goes into a copper to brass adapter, also 3/4 inch, which is epoxied or threaded onto a 3/4 inch close nipple that is epoxied inside of this 1-inch black nipple. I kind of regret doing it like that because the epoxy set way faster than the instructions said, and I didn't get a chance to level it all out like I wanted to. I'm kind of mad about that because it was supposed to take 10 minutes to set, and it was completely hard in about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. I couldn't do anything with it. So I did my best with it. I tried to straighten it out with the neck that way, but it's still a little crooked. But it's a hardware store saber. It still actually works really well. This is a conduit coupling, 1-inch for electrical conduit, EMT, and then that is an actual rivet. I painted it to make it that color because it was a brass rivet. And then this is a set screw, and I did actually have a KEP nut on here, KEP. For those of you that don't know, it's a nut with the external washer built into it. But I actually ended up going with a jam nut because it stuck out too far. So window with a jam nut, and plus this set screw also holds the chassis in. And then another little black nipple there, and the 1-inch stainless steel cap. Just drill a hole through for the sound. And then this is a Tico washer on top of rubber grommet for the cover tech. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then this is just a piece of, I gotta glue it in there, but flat brass, just flat stock brass. I don't know if you can see that or not. And it's just that actually, I don't know if I can, no, I don't want to mess up the switches. I've already done that once. And so yeah, turns out the entire time I was looking for a build for this thing, I had it sitting in another Saber. So this is actually a TXQ core that I had in my Wrangler, and I just kind of augmented it a little bit. It's kind of nice because the charging port right here. Sorry about that. It's got the charging port right there. It makes it very simple. It is removable, so you can pull this whole thing out and remove the battery, but you don't really need to. Just charge it right there. You got board access right there. It's pretty accessible, actually. It's pretty easy. And it actually came out really, really good. I enjoyed finally getting this thing done because it took me a minute. Well, it took me a minute to find the right chassis.
Time to make the Jimmy fucking chocolates. Did David Beckham speak? It's like he mouth sexed a can of helium.
I forgot it was sitting on that one. All right. Yes, that was Deadpool. That actually font was created by a friend of mine, Jeremy Nett, Bantha Whisperer Sabers. I don't know if some of you guys know or remember him or not. I don't know if he's still making stuff or not, if he got back into it, but I know he got out for a while. But this is all his blade style, which I can't really show you the blade style, but that's his font that he did all himself, and I cannot take the credit for that in any way, shape, or form. It's just a really cool font, but yeah. This is a hardware store Saber, Profi NeoPixel.
I don't know what that means. Fucking cat. If you see a cat, I just shit in. Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
So, overall, yeah, it was a fun little Saber. Nothing too spectacular, but I mean, it's a hardware store Saber. So, but yeah, it is a Profi. It's got all kinds of, I guess, potential here as far as the programming of it. And yeah, so this was my first hardware store build, and it was a little rocky, but it came out good. And I think I will be putting this one up for sale as just a little preview of the next one. So I'm not going to go into details on it right now because I'm still figuring it all out, but it's going to look a little something like this. It's going to be a little different. And not only that, I think I'm also going to do like a leather wrap on this and do like an optional pommel. I just got to figure out the chassis. So anyways, thank you guys for tuning in.